Okay, so for this cucumber salad recipe, you're going to need one English cucumber. And I like the English cucumber because it is small in diameter and it makes for, it's also seedless. I'm not a big fan of seeds in the cucumber, but they come in various sizes, so you can just pick the size. Hell, you never know, your cucumber salad might take 2 of these. So first off, let's get the messy part out of the way, but the rest of the ingredients is half of a purple onion. And before y'all go busting my balls, yes, I'm not a big fan of the onion, but this is one way that I will eat an onion, and I prefer the purple onion for this recipe. You're gonna need the zest and the juice of 1 lime, and a whole pack of baby dill. Now, let's get the messy part out of the way first. Before we cut it, we're going to zest it. And you just want to go down to where you see the white. You don't want that bitter pithy, because it is not very flavorful. And it's also really bitter. But just gently rub the lime all the way around to get that zest off. And I find that with the lime and the vinegar, with the sweet of the purple onion, it adds a little different flavor than if you were to use a lemon. But if you prefer a lemon, you could definitely use a lemon here. All right, that's about it. Set you right there. Make sure we get all that off. Okay, now, if y'all remember the chicken flauta video, we're going to spoon the lime, not squeeze it, because these gloves are cheap as shit. Sorry about that. Don't buy Signature Select Safeway brand powder-free latex gloves, because they suck. As you can see, you gotta fight to get them on. Thankfully, I'm not handling meat, otherwise I'd have to replace that one. So, we're gonna cut the lime. And then we're gonna run the spoon in there. Get out those little bits of lime pulp. Just, yeah, see, you just run the spoon around. Careful. She's a squirter. She might get you in the eye. Maybe I should put a disclaimer down at the bottom. Must recommend safety glasses. Okay. Now that that part is done, I can get rid of these ever so wonderful gloves. And we'll move on to the garlic. Now, I'm not using my fancy garlic masher because I want everything in this is going to be sliced. So we just want thin slices. That one kind of looks like mashed, but and that's 4 cloves of garlic. My bad. And I'm still working on a better way to give the ingredients, so just bear with me. We'll get through it together. And I use 2 large cloves and 2 medium cloves, and you can cut this as thick as you want, and then into the bowl. Okay, we're gonna take our cucumber, cut the end off, and then we're gonna taste it. Good. Now, you're going to want to cut 1/4-inch slices. And I like these smaller pickles, the English cucumbers, because I have little single-serving bowls with lids, and I can take a stack of 5 or 6 of these and stack them in there, and then Put a little onion and garlic around them, and then pour a little bit of the vinegar in it and put it in the refrigerator. By lunchtime on a hot day, it is absolutely refreshing. It's light, it's delicious. And the best part about it is everything that goes into this is good for you. Now, I guess maybe some people would say the salt might be bad for some, but you can always leave the salt out. And that end. Okay. Now, these go in the bowl, just like that. Now we'll take the dill. We don't want all of the dill. We don't want these, the stems. They're not very, they're kind of tough. But we want all the feathery fronds of dill. And then we're just gonna chop all this up. I want to break it up as much as possible. I mean, don't turn it into paste, but the smaller the pieces, the more it ensures that every little bit gets a little bit of dill flavor in it. Okay, that looks good. In the bowl. Alright, now for the onion. We don't need you, we're going to set you aside. You this bad boy. Now remember, everything's a slice, so you don't have to get fancy. Okay, now, since I'm not a huge onion fan, you can cut these the same thickness as the cucumber, but I find that it works better for my palate if I cut them a little smaller. So that's like, what, a 1/16? And you know, when my dad was alive, he used to go out to the garden and grab an onion and take his knife out and peel it and cut one end of it off, and he'd eat it like a freaking apple. Blech. Now see, me, I can do more garlic that way than I can the onion. Okay, and then you just take the slices and we break them apart. Inside. Cool slipper thing. So far so good. We're gonna get there. Alright, so now all of the onions are busted up. Grab a paper towel. Wipe my hands off. I'm gonna take a little bit of salt. Now you can leave the salt out if you want, but I put like half a teaspoon in there. And then I don't even mess with the grinding. I take whole peppercorns, and that's probably, I don't know, 15. Throw them in there. And then we go for distilled vinegar. Oh, I got spider webs all over it. Look at that. And we're going to pour the vinegar all the way to the top of the cucumbers. And then we are going to take our lid, put it on top, and we are going to shake it around. This is a shaken, not stirred salad. mix all of the salt and the peppercorns and the garlic and the onions and the cucumbers. And that's what it looks like. Looks pretty good. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set this in the, look, large chunks of garlic and onion and all that dill. Yummy. Set this in the refrigerator for at least a half hour. I mean, you could eat it right now if you wanted to, but give it a little bit of time and all those flavors will meld together, and it is a great snack or a side item for any chicken, or I guess really anything. I prefer it the most, like I said, in the summertime with my barbecue ribs or chicken, and it just makes for a light and delicious snack in the summertime. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and I will type out in the description what the ingredients for this are and how much. So I'll do that for this recipe, but again, we're working on it, so stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next one.